The FDA has rejected a petition to set limits on PFAS chemicals in food, denying a legal request to regulate these persistent toxins. The agency's decision comes amid growing scientific evidence that food is a major source of PFAS exposure. This setback leaves consumers without new regulatory protections. Because the FDA rejected the petition, no new limits on PFAS chemicals will be imposed on food products. This means that current exposure levels remain unchanged, and consumers continue to face the same risk of ingesting these persistent toxins. The Environmental Protection Agency has identified food as the biggest source of PFAS exposure, with studies finding high levels in single servings of some contaminated foods. Despite this evidence, the FDA has not set limits, leaving the regulatory gap unchanged. The United States launched air and missile strikes around the Strait of Hormuz and revoked a temporary sanctions waiver for Iran to export oil, according to a Guardian report. Iran accused the U.S. of violating the ceasefire agreement aimed at ending the war between the two countries. Iran reportedly struck 3 commercial vessels near the Strait of Hormuz, escalating the conflict after the ceasefire was violated again. The attacks came as the United States had launched strikes and revoked a sanctions waiver, according to the same Guardian report. The ceasefire agreement between the United States and Iran remains fragile, with both sides accusing each other of violations and no clear resolution in sight. The situation could evolve as further diplomatic actions are taken, but the current state of affairs is uncertain, according to the Guardian report. At the NATO summit, President Trump announced that the United States should take over Greenland and threatened to cut all trade with Spain. He said he was not happy with NATO and called for a new direction in U.S. foreign policy. The remarks were made as he arrived for the summit. While Trump's call for U.S. control of Greenland and the threat to cut trade with Spain may signal a shift in U.S. foreign policy, it is unclear how NATO and other partners will respond. Diplomatic negotiations could mitigate the impact, and policy positions may change.